Hey guys, so I know I haven't sat down and talked to you guys for a long time. I can't even remember the last video I actually sat down and talked to you guys. But there's been a lot going on over the summer and fall months. So I just kind of took a break from YouTube and filming. So, like I told you guys in some comments that I am going to be coming back, and I actually have a lot of videos pre-filmed already, and I basically just have to edit and upload them. They are going to be from, say, fall months or things that we've already done, but I want to get them out to you guys so that you can see what has been going on basically in the past months. So I have a list on my phone of the events that have happened over the past few months. So I'm basically just going to use this as reference if you see me looking down to say what has gone on. So anyways, as you all know, we did get married in June. Loved the wedding, loved how it turned out. The ceremony was beautiful. It was kind of screwed up. Our minister or priest or officiant, whatever you want to call it, he kind of screwed up a few things. He forgot to do our rings, and then I think he even forgot like a whole paragraph of like our ceremony, because I had written my whole ceremony out. But so there was a few things, but nonetheless, beautiful wedding, beautiful ceremony. The reception was really good. However, our food was horrible. I hated it. I was so upset. The actual caterer person that I dealt with was not there. It was her husband and then a few workers. So I couldn't even complain directly to her about how the food was, because she was the one that actually cooked it. It was totally nothing like the food that we had tested. There was burnt but dry food, and I'll insert a couple of pictures here, but there was burnt but undercooked potatoes, green beans that were like not cooked but cooked. So everything was just kind of all over the spectrum with the food. Also, there was raw chicken, and I did have 2 pregnant women at my wedding, so I was very upset about that. The appetizers were not the greatest. We didn't test appetizers, but because I felt like the food was good, I thought she could handle appetizers. So I did not like the appetizers whatsoever, and by the time we got them, they were dried out and just gross. So I was very upset with the whole catering situation. But other than that, the wedding was good. If you want, I can actually put together a slideshow of all the pictures. My photographer was amazing. He and his wife shot our wedding, so we actually got to have 2 cameras going on, so that was really nice. Normally you have to pay for a second photographer. Ours, his wife was there, so she took a camera, which was great. So photography was amazing. DJ was okay. I mean, he wasn't the greatest, but it was music, so it worked. We had pizza for our last late night snack. It was good, and then we cleaned up the next morning, and that was it. So then you guys saw our honeymoon, which I had filmed. I'll link all of those videos down below. That was incredible. It was so nice to get away and have time to ourselves. Yeah, that was amazing, and it was in a place that we love. And then what you guys have already seen as well was that we purchased our truck. So we did buy a brand new 2016 Dodge Ram 1500. We had no choice but to buy the truck because Kyle's car was no longer able to run. It was unsafe. So we did buy the truck, and that was like a week or 2 or a week and a half after the wedding, so it was all like bang bang, and it was like, whoa, okay. But so we didn't have to pay for that for at least 3 months. They give you the first 3 months with the truck without having to pay. So it's not technically free months, which they call it, but you don't have to start paying until the 3rd month, which was great, because we were able to use the truck as much as we wanted within those 3 months to get things we wanted done, without having to worry about those payments right away, which was nice. It allowed us to prepare for such a big payment. But then again, we had no choice. It was 0% interest, 0 down. We did put some money down, but yeah, so it was a good deal. We had no choice. Love the truck. We've used it so much already, so it was well worth the purchase. So just after we had purchased the truck, we used the truck to go get a ton of material to build our fence in our backyard. Since we've moved in, we've wanted to build a fence, mainly in case we ever got a dog, and then also lately we have found that Damien is so active that we wanted him to be able to be in an enclosed area. I could run in, check Michaela quickly if I needed, without having him running out to the road. So we have always wanted a fence. So we plan to do that. We were able to get the materials with the truck, which was so nice. And along the one side, because we have one neighbor that is a little bit closer, and we made a wooden fence. It is 5 feet high, I believe, and then a lattice top, which was another foot. So it's a 6-foot fence, which gives us a ton of privacy. It's so nice. And then the rest of it is chain link fence, which a wood fence wouldn't be necessary. It would be just a waste of money. I wanted to be able to see our backyard. We have a forest, so I wanted to be able to see all that greenery without blocking it off. So we did use black chain link fence, and it kind of just blends in and you don't really notice it. So we love our fence. And then the next thing was in August, we did decide to go camping, and we haven't been camping as a whole family in, I want to say 7 years, 6 or 7 years, when Michaela was about 8 months old. Actually, no, it was when she was 2, so it would have been 5 years ago. So me, Kyle, the 2 kids, and my mom and dad, we all went camping in the place that we love, and it was quite interesting because my uncle came, and he brought a trailer, and it was a lot different because Michaela is so big now, and there's so much to do with her that we were lifting her down into the bottom of the tent onto an air mattress. As well, she eats during the night, so we found that we were terrified of a bear smelling her formula, and we actually had an incident where a raccoon was trying to get in our tent, and we actually weren't sure what it was, whether it was a bear or a raccoon or some other type of animal. We did find out that it was just a raccoon, but so we found out we were quite terrified of something wanting to get into our tent aggressively. So we went camping twice, I believe end of August and then early September. And my parents have been talking about buying a 5th wheel trailer RV for a long time. So they actually had purchased a trailer. That was really nice to not have to worry about a bear coming in or some sort of animal. There was also heat we didn't have to worry about because it was becoming fall, so it was getting a little bit chilly. So the day that my parents picked up their trailer, we actually found an ad on Facebook of a set of puppies, and I didn't want a dog right away. We had planned to do the fence and maybe wait a year or so to get a dog, because there was still a few things like holes underneath the fence that we needed to fill in, and we just quite weren't ready for a dog yet. But we came across this ad on Facebook, and I had wanted this type of dog for the longest time. And it was a very good price because it wasn't a full breed that I wanted. It was mixed with another breed, which Kyle wanted. So it was almost like it was both of our dogs in one. So it was a very good price considering a purebred, the type I wanted, would be a lot of money. So we went and saw these puppies, and there was one specific one that I saw and I fell in love with, and I even texted my best friend and said, this is the death of me. And we went and saw the puppy the next night, and we ended up taking him home. So we named him Diesel, and I haven't shown you guys him in videos just yet because I wanted you to know that we had purchased him. So we have had him since September 21st, and now he's getting pretty big. He was only 7 weeks old when we got him. We did come home with him, and we named him Diesel, and I can do a full video on him, explaining what he is and how much we paid for him, how much we would have paid for him, pictures of him, and kind of his life so far in a separate video because there's a lot to talk about. So I will do that in a separate video. Hopefully, maybe not the next video that's going to come out after this one, but maybe the one after that. So I will make a separate video on him alone, and maybe even show you guys him before he gets too big. So my parents got their trailer, and like I said, we did go camping in it, which was really nice. And Kyle and I had talked about getting a older trailer, maybe a camper trailer, maybe like a pop-up tent trailer, and we had just noticed that that wouldn't work for us anymore. With Michaela's condition and how she eats during the night, the space it requires, with 2 kids and a dog now, we noticed that just wasn't gonna work. So we kind of looked around, and I was more looking at like really old models, and we knew that getting an older model we would probably run into a lot of water damage problems, which in return means mold problems, and with kids and a child with the disability, you do not want any type of water problems going on. So we had looked at a couple trailers, and my parents actually had to go back to the place that they bought theirs, and they looked at a trailer for us and kind of took pictures of it and talked to the owners about it because they had purchased the trailer from them already, and we were not sure we wanted to buy it because it was quite an expensive purchase, and it would have been a monthly payment. So we talked about it a lot. We budgeted to see if it could fit in our budget, and it did. So we actually went and looked at that. I think we looked at it the first week in October, and it was a beautiful trailer, no water damage. The roof was perfect. So we very much considered buying it, and when we did look at it, it was one of those ones where you purchase it now, otherwise it may be gone, because it was a very good deal, and the amount of things that would be included with it was a very good deal. So we made the decision, we talked about it while we were there, we decided to buy it. So we went through the process of doing financing and like haggling back and forth what was going to be included, what price we were going to pay, and that type of thing. So we did end up purchasing it, and we got it the Thursday after that. So I actually went and picked it up myself with our truck. I've never towed anything, but I went and picked it up myself, brought it home. We packed the trailer, because I had packed the couple days beforehand. We packed it and we left to go camping that weekend, that day actually. So my parents had their trailer and we had our trailer, and it was just me and my dad and the kids that went up originally. Kyle drove up with us just to help with Michaela because we can't take the truck alone. We always have to have the van and the truck because Michaela needs to be in the wheelchair. So Kyle actually drove up with us and then came home that night as well because he had to work the Friday. So that was quite interesting. That was our first time in our trailer. It was a disaster because I had thrown just boxes of stuff into the trailer. So for the first like 2 or 3 days that we were there, I was like organizing and cleaning and doing all that stuff that you want to do, just like when you buy a first home. You just want to like make sure everything is perfect and organize things. So that was quite fun, but also I didn't quite get to enjoy the actual camping experience. So we did go camping. I think it was like 4 or 5 days that time. And then just 2 weeks after that, we went camping again to a different park. It was a lot different than what we expected. Kyle and I had just gone up the first day by ourselves, and then my parents, they came the day after, and it was gorgeous up there, and it was completely breathtaking up there. The scenery on the way up was gorgeous. The scenery there was gorgeous. The fall colors were amazing to look at. So that was a really great time, something different that we're not used to. It was a lot longer of a drive that we're used to, but it was definitely worth the drive. So then just under 2 weeks ago, it was Halloween, and Damien went out as a firefighter. He was the cutest firefighter ever, which was so cute. We took Diesel with us. We walked around, not our town, but we went to a different town, and we walked around. It was really dead this year. We did leave a little bit late, so I think most of the kids were already done because it was a school night. So it was kind of nice for Damien because he got to go up to the doors and there wasn't like a million kids around him. So that was nice. Damien was, like I said, a firefighter, and our local fire department was actually open. They had their doors open, the lights on, the trucks and everything. And we got to stop there and take a couple of pictures with the real firefighters, and they gave them a little like baggie with some like activities in it. They gave him like a firefighter hat and some candy, of course. So that was a really cool experience to have him as a firefighter and then to meet the firefighters. Obviously he didn't understand the concept of that, but we did, and that type of memory is something that I'll cherish forever. So that was a really fun night. However, the next day we went through quite a heartbreaking thing. It was about 5 o'clock at night, and Diesel had started throwing up. We had noticed he ate some crayons earlier in the day, and he threw that up. And normally what happens if they've eaten something that isn't good for them or just upsets their tummy, they normally throw it up and then they'll be fine a few minutes later. But in Diesel's case, he did not get better. He actually progressively got worse. Long story short, because I will explain this in his video, we took him to the vet that night. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, something like that by the time we took him. The next day, we found out that he had a really bad night because he did stay overnight at the vet. So he had a very bad night, and he was actually sent to, we had to drive him to Toronto to a hospital, for emergency hospital for animals, and he had to see a neurologist. I won't go into detail in this video about that, but he is now live and well, and I'll kind of explain more in his video about what had happened. He was there, I believe, 2 or 3 days in Toronto. One of the hardest things we've had to go through, just like Michaela. But anyways, he is live and well, and we are so thankful for him to be here still. So for the most part, that is all of my updates. I know this video is going to be super long, but I wanted to have an overall video telling you guys where we've been, what we've been doing. Like I said before, I kind of took the summer off. I just really needed some time off. I've been in this weird state lately of like, I just need to go away from everything. I need time to ourselves. And just enjoy life. So I did take a break, and I'm sorry for that, guys, but I am back. Like I said, I'll have more videos out soon. I can't wait to start making videos again, and if you have any suggestions for videos, please leave them in the comments below. I'll sure to be doing those. I know there's a few videos that people have requested already, and I'll be doing those as well. But other than that, I think that's all, guys. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.